Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be explaining you about another two important characteristics of aggregates, which is bulk density as well as specific gravity. So let's talk about these two properties in this video. So coming to bulk density is nothing but the weight ratio of weight of the aggregates occupied in a given volume. Okay, so you can also call this as unit weight. So bulk density or unit weight will give very valuable information regarding the shape and also the grading of the aggregate. For a given specific gravity, the angular aggregates generally show low bulk density. The bulk density of aggregates is measured by filling a container of known volume in a standard manner, and then we will weigh it. This I already told you, bulk density is weight occupied by the aggregates to a given volume. So to measure bulk density, one will take the help of a density basket, and that volume of the basket will be given to us, means it is a known volume, and then we try to fill up the aggregates into that known volume container in a specific fashion, in a standard manner. So we have a standard way of filling into it. Bulk densities or bulk density shows how densely the aggregate is packed when it is filled in a standard manner. So generally we can fill the aggregates into the given volume in two ways. One is loosely and next one is by compaction. So once you compact and fill the aggregates, you can see how well or how densely the aggregates are packed into the given volume. We can understand. The bulk density depends upon the particle size distribution and shape of the aggregates. One of the early methods of mixed design generally make use of this parameter called bulk density in proportioning of concrete mix. The higher the bulk density, the lower is the void content to be filled by sand and cement. So always remember a point. If the bulk density value is yielding out more, it means that the void ratio is very less, means the voids are completely filled up. So the sample which gives the minimum number of voids or the one which gives maximum bulk density is taken as the right sample for making an economical mixed design. The method of determining bulk density also gives the method of finding out void content. So the method whichever you are following for determining bulk density is the same to determine the void content present inside the or present in the sample of the aggregates. For as told earlier, for determining the bulk density, the aggregates are filled in the container and then they are compacted in a standard manner. So the weight of the aggregate occupied in that given volume will give you the bulk density, which is generally denoted or measured in kg per liter or kg per meter cube. Okay, and if one knows the specific gravity of the aggregate in saturated and dry condition, then we can also calculate the void ratio. I already told you, by doing the process for determining bulk density, we can also calculate void ratio. So how are you doing bulk density? How do you measure bulk density in kg per liter or in kg per meter cube? Means for given volume, how much is the aggregate filling into it, you take the weight. So you get in kg per liter. So up to this step, bulk density is done. But if you want to calculate void ratio, then I'll show you the formula. So percentage of voids is given by the formula GS minus gamma by GS into 100, where GS is the specific gravity of the aggregates and gamma is the bulk density, what we have measured just a step ago. Okay. Next, let's go for another important property of aggregates called specific gravity. So what is specific gravity? Specific gravity is defined as the ratio of weight of the aggregate to the weight of equal volume of water. So one has to understand that specific gravity is also an important parameter that should be considered during mixed design. Specific gravity is especially used in design calculations of all concrete mixes. With the specific gravity of each constituent known, its weight can be converted into solid volume and hence a theoretical yield of concrete per unit volume can be calculated. Specific gravity of aggregate is also required in calculating the compaction factor in connection with the workability measurements. Similarly, specific gravity of aggregates is also required and also to be considered when we deal with lightweight and heavyweight concrete. So this specific gravity could be told as one of the important measure of strength or quality of the aggregate. One has to remember that aggregate having low specific gravity is generally considered to be weaker. So as told, specific gravity is used in determining workability parameters also. And always remember the average specific gravity of the rocks generally vary from 2.6 to 2.8. So this is all about bulk density and specific gravity. Hope you understood the video. Thanks.